Hey guys, today we're going to be working on multiplying decimals. Now, we just finished adding and subtracting decimals, so multiplying decimals isn't going to be that much harder. The tricky part about this is just remembering how to line up your problem. Now, if I were to give you a problem like this, 2 and 4/10 times 3 and 1/10, you might look at this and get a little concerned. You're not where to put things. Well, let me tell you, working with multiplying decimals is the easiest thing in the world because it does not matter where you line up your decimals. Now remember, when we did addition and subtraction, it was very important to line them up properly. But with multiplication, we don't need to worry about it. We just set it up like any old multiplication problem. So I'll go ahead and write 2 and 4/10 times 3 and 1/10. And now all we do is we go ahead and solve this like normal, and for the time being, we're not going to concern ourselves with our decimals at all. So 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. We're going to move down to the next line. 3 times 4 is 12. Carry the 2 up here. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. Go ahead and add it up, and we get 4, 4, 8. Now you and I both know, we're looking at this and we say there's no way that the answer is 844. So where do I put the decimal? It can be a little confusing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to count in my original problem how many decimal places did I have. So there's 1 and there's 2. Now all I do is I go back to my final answer, start at the rightmost number, go 1, 2, and as you can see, that's going to be the place where I'm going to put my decimal. And then my final answer works out to be 8 and 44 hundredths. You see, guys, so it's pretty simple. We're going to go ahead and try one more example of this. Now remember, the most important thing here is that we are not lining up our decimals. We're just going ahead and solving it without even worrying about that and counting it up later. So let's try another one. This one's going to be a little bit harder. In this one, I'm going to do 2 and 132 thousandths times 0 and 4/10. So remember, all we have to do to solve this, do we need to line it up? No, we do not. This is multiplication. So I'm going to go ahead and just write it normally. 2 and 132 thousandths times 0 and 4/10. Now you're looking at that and you see, are my decimal places lined up? No, they are not, because it does not matter. So let's go ahead and just do the work on this. 4 times 2, everybody, is good. That's 8. 4 times 3, 12. Carry the 1. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And then 4 times 2 is 8. Now let's look at this, okay? We know how to do this. We've looked at it before. The first thing we're going to do is count the amount of decimal places. Now remember, I continuously count both decimal places in the first number and the second number. So I have 1, 2, 3, and then I come down here, 4. Now remember, I keep counting one and then the other, and I find that it really helps this little tally chart I have here to keep track. So now I come down here, I start at the rightmost number there, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that, my friends, is where my decimal is going to go. So our final answer here is going to be 0 and 8,528 10,000s. Don't forget the important rules. Doesn't matter if you line it up. Count up your total amount of decimal points, and then after you do your normal multiplication, go ahead and start on the right and count out that same amount of decimal places back into the end. Alright guys, that's multiplying decimals.